Hello, it's the beginning of June now and my aubergines are ready to be planted into their bigger pots, their final pots. I sowed these, I think it was in about March time, and they came up really well. This variety is called Rosa Bianca, so they're white with sort of streaks of pink going all across the skin, which is fabulous. They're ever so pretty, really lovely. But whatever variety of aubergines you have, if you're going to grow them in the greenhouse like me, then just follow what I'm going to do. If you do live in a hotter climate, then you can sow your and plant your aubergines and grow them outside, but in the UK here it's just not warm enough. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to plant these from their little square pot into a bigger pot. What I'm using here, this is about a 2.5 litre, oh it says 152 millimetres, but it depends where you get them from. Some companies do them in litres and some do them in centimetres and some do them in millimetres. So if I didn't have this one, I'd do them in a 3 litre pot. If you don't have a 3 litre pot, then a 2 or a 2.5 litre will do absolutely fine. So let me show you how I'm going to plant my aubergine and pop it into this bigger pot. Right, so I have got my pot here. All I've done is I filled it with multi-purpose compost. I've not compacted it down, I've just sort of dumped it in there, and it'll find its own level. Just give it a slight tap. Now what I want to do is I want to make a hole in here the same depth as this pot here. Now when aubergines go in the ground, or when you prick them out, or when you put them in their bigger pots like this, you need to put them in the same depth that they are here. They don't like to be planted deep. If you planted them sort of up to here, compost up to here, they wouldn't like it at all. So they need to be planted out deep. So I need to just take some of this compost out so that it's about the depth, that'll do, of the pot. Now to get your plant out of its pot is very easy. Just support the plant with 2 fingers like this, turn it upside down, give the sides a bit of a squeeze, and it should come off very easily. Now you can see all these lovely roots here. So it's ready to go into this bigger pot. So all I'm going to do is gently pop it in the hole like that, just firm it down ever so slightly, and then I've got some space around here, so all I'm going to do is to just fill in that space around it. Okay, I have put a little bit of compost over the top of the compost that it was already in, but just a very small amount. That is absolutely fine, just don't overwhelm it. Okay, and we'll just push it down just to make sure that we firm in all those little holes, and we'll put the label back in, and that is our aubergine done. So that is now all my aubergines potted up. All I'm going to do now is I can fit 2 of those pots in here, and what I'm going to do is I will, once the pots are in here, is I will pour water in the tray and I will fill it halfway up. This compost is actually quite dry because it's a brand new bag and I've just opened it, and what it will do is the compost will soak up that water quite quickly, so do check it tomorrow or the day afterwards, and just if there's no water in the tray, then add a little bit more. So watering from the bottom like that will actually encourage all the roots to grow down and to fill out the pot, and it just means that the roots have then got lots of room to grow and to expand, and they're not all clogged together at the top. So hopefully in oh, I don't know, maybe a month's time, 6 weeks possibly. We might start getting I should think about 4 weeks. We should start getting the flowers on those. And if you, hopefully by that time, the greenhouses will be open, not necessarily at night, but they will be open all day, and as long as the days are nice, and the bees will come in and they will start to pollinate the flowers so that the fruit sets. If you find that your flowers are coming and then they die and no fruit is setting, it means that they haven't been pollinated. So you might have to get in there and assist the bees and tickle the pollen with a little paintbrush. Pretend you're a bee and go bzz, 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 okay, and just to sort of distribute it. But if you've got the doors of your greenhouse or polytunnel open during the day, the bees and all the other pollinators should come in and you shouldn't have a problem. You shouldn't have to do it yourself. So that's those. Now they're in their bigger pots, they should grow quite rapidly. But when they do start to flower and fruit, then I will show you. Well, I hope you are growing aubergines this year. They really are quite an exotic thing to grow, but they're not that difficult. They just like it nice and warm. So in the UK we can't grow them outside, but if you live in a warmer climate then you can. They shouldn't need staking, but they might do. It just depends how tall they get. So just keep an eye on them. If they do need staking, then just put a bamboo cane in and then just very carefully attach the plant to the stick. If you wanted to, you could just let them, if you've got a shelf, you could just sort of let them sprawl all over the place. It's entirely up to you. Well, I hope you are growing aubergines and I hope yours are doing really, really well. Well, I'll keep you updated on their progress and I hope you found what I've shown you useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.